Throughout the Naruto series, we're shown time and time again that Naruto is special. He possesses a large heart, a determination like none other, and the ability to draw people into his circle of friends, no matter who they were or how short-lived their lives were after that. It was because he could connect with people that made him such a great protagonist, and ensured that the series would end up the way that it was. Trust me, I've tweaked Naruto's personality before and found that generally, if we make him care a little less in the course of the series, a lot of things change. That in and of itself would make for a good what if in the future, so I might hold on to it, but the point I'm trying to push here is that Naruto is a very different person than anyone else in Konoha, and his faith in people and his belief in the good that they are capable of is what makes him Naruto. It's something that he has inherited from his previous incarnations. While Sasuke bore the curse of hatred inherited from Indra, Naruto could be considered to have the blessing of love, an ability to show care and affection when he never received any. In fact, Naruto's love is born from adversity and the lack of love, a special type of love, one in which he truly cares for the other. This type of heart traces its way back through Hashirama, who also possessed it, only willing to kill his best friend to save their village, something that didn't display a loss of love but a loss of faith, which Naruto would later correct. It traces back to Ashura, who managed to save an entire kingdom with the power of charm and kindness, helping to heal the sick and digging holes looking for wells for over a year. While Indra was back immediately and all by himself, Ashura was back over a year later, not only being successful, but having brought an entourage of people who adored him with him, including his new wife. This is what Hagoromo knew was worthy of the title of Sage of Six Paths. Hagoromo had been the same. After usurping his mother, he began to take the chakra that she had hoarded for himself and began to disperse it to everyone, forming what would later be known as Ninshu, an early prototype of ninjutsu, and a philosophy that showed us a very different view of ninja. A view in which they were peaceful and caring, using their abilities for good, to help others, and to connect with people on the deepest possible level. Hagoromo eventually would choose Ashura over Indra and would offer his Six Paths chakra to him. Now, I may be a little unintelligent when it comes to the way that Naruto works sometimes, but I do understand from the Sage of Six Paths that the way that Ashura's reincarnation works is less of him being reborn annually, but more that his chakra, which is more than just his soul, is passed down from generation to generation, which is why so many versions of him are so similar yet so different. Now, my question is, if Ashura's chakra was passed down to Naruto, and he had Six Paths chakra from his father, wouldn't Ashura's passed down spirit also possess that chakra? I don't know, maybe this is just a loose explanation for the story I want to tell today, but it is something I want to explore. What if Naruto was born with Six Paths chakra?
Welcome to the Amagi! Before we begin, we publish a new video every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. The Amagi's reach stretches beyond this channel, so if you're a fan of us, please consider subscribing to our other channels and following us on our social media. Let's reach our goal of passing 100,000 followers on all of our accounts by the end of the year. YouTube's been unsubscribing users from channels lately, so if you're a fan of us, please do us a favor and double check to see if you're still subscribed. It only takes a second, and it helps us a ton here at Amagi. And with that out of the way, let's get into the video.
So, our story starts in the same place that it did before. Kushina is pregnant and giving birth in a secret location as Minato does his absolute best to keep the Nine Tails inside of her, the seal slowly decaying with each push. It's as if she's attempting to give birth to both Naruto and the Nine Tails. It was at this time that the seal was its weakest. It was for this purpose that Minato was at her midsection as opposed to being beside her holding her hand. He could not even enjoy the moment of his own child's birth without Hokage's duty to the village calling. But it was more than that. His wife needed him. Without this tailed beast within her, she would die. It was definitely a very unique circumstance, but it was what he was left with. He needed to save her and the village by keeping this thing in. A relatively simple task, though it demanded much of his chakra reserves and an insane amount of attention, which was a commodity they were short of in the room. Trying his best to keep Kurama staked against the wall of her soul, he would falter every time she screamed in the agony and passion of childbirth. The miracle of life demanded so much pain, and that was making it hard for Minato to concentrate. Listening to the screams of his wife while attempting to hold a beast at bay threatened to split his attention in two, something he knew nobody would survive. But the fourth Hokage showed his mettle, doing his job as was required of him. Living in the moment, Maybe it was because of this that Minato did not sense him. Minato was a skilled shinobi with the capacity to sense a sensory-type ninja, though he wasn't particularly skilled at it. Not without Sage Mode, but he was capable. His attention was merely elsewhere. And that was why this moment proved to be that once-in-a-lifetime chance for the masked man. He knew that Minato's guard would be focused on something else, while Kushina's defenses were faltering under the pressure of bringing new life into the world. The situation was so hectic that none could see him coming. The moment Naruto was born, the masked man made his move, snatching up the child to use as a hostage. Of course, Minato gets the child back, after all he's Minato, but he lost Kushina. Kushina is taken by the masked man, who takes her to another location and begins extracting the Nine Tails. He succeeds, too. The Nine Tails is pulled from her and Minato arrives to save her, having left Naruto alone in their home. Minato fails to stop the masked man from stealing the Nine Tails, but he does get Kushina back. After he releases Kurama from Obito's grip, he then proceeds to grab the Nine Tails, which had to this point was freed and continued to destroy things, and teleports it away to where Naruto and Kushina were. He must have hoped to seal it within her again, or perhaps his thoughts were of the village only, with him being willing to sacrifice his family for the village. Either way, he teleported Kurama there and set up a barrier. Kushina informs him that if he seals it into her, that she'll drag it to the grave as she's dead either way. I'm inclined to call bull on that statement, but whether it was correct or not, Minato was fooled into believing it, so he sealed it into baby Naruto instead. Kushina asks why he has to do that, and Minato's like, for the village, babe. He pushes the Nine Tails into baby Naruto, and in the process, Minato and Kushina perish. Baby Naruto is left, the unwilling, unknowing vessel of the yang half of Kurama. He would be found by the third Hokage, who would take care of him. Now, normally Hiruzen would just take care of Naruto until he was old enough, but let's see what he does here. For a time, Naruto would grow like any other child. The people of the village hate him, but it's obvious that Naruto is special. He can connect well with people if they're open to it, and more so, whenever he's on the playground and a child falls and scrapes their knee, he is the first one there. He puts his hand over the wound and suddenly it's all better. Kids tell their parents about it, but the parents don't believe them, but Naruto keeps it up. Eventually, one of the children falls and breaks their arm. It is very obviously broken. The kid cries out in agony and the parent rushes in, pushing the gathering crowd of children away to get to their own child. They would see the arm and would panic, but Naruto would go to touch it. The parent tries to hiss Naruto away, but the other kids nearby almost demand that they let him try. So out of the benefit of the doubt, they let Naruto get close. He puts his hands on their arm, one on the lower part of the break and another on the upper. There would be a slight glow, and suddenly the snapped bone would seemingly reset. The child would cry out, and the parent would push Naruto back, insulting him and cruelly cursing him over causing harm to their child. But slowly, the child's tears dry up and it looks down. They're capable of moving their own arm. The parent is utterly confused and tells the child not to move their arm, but the child says that there isn't any pain anymore. The parent gently grabs the arm to start checking the bone for any sign of break and finds none. They just look at Naruto, who sits there about 4 feet from them on his knees, looking on with a blank expression as if he were curious how they would react, or as if he wanted to tell them that it had worked and that they shouldn't worry. Either way, the parent picks up their child and takes them to the hospital, where the medical nin look over the child and tell the parent that there is no sign that the arm had ever been broken. Not even a hairline fracture, let alone a complete snap. The parent can't understand this, saying that there is no way. They saw the arm bending in an unholy way that no arm should ever bend. The medical nin would then tell the parent that there is no break. Regardless of what they saw and what was currently speaking, there is no break. The parent recalls what the other children had said. The rumors floating around the playground of the doctor boy with yellow hair. The parents had never taken it seriously, and perhaps they should have. Naruto continues to live alone, but to say he has plenty of friends now is an understatement. All the kids want to be Naruto's friend now. They hear he's able to fix them when they're hurt. This coaxes a smile from him. The adults still hold him in contempt, but the parents are slowly spreading the rumor. Some refuse to believe it, and others wonder if it is possible. Some say it's an illusion of the demon fox, and that he's probably the one harming the children out of twisted pleasure, but regardless, the village is shocked by this. Naruto would sit by the playground as he always does, watching the other kids play and examining the strange sun and moon patterns on the palms of his hands. The kids invite him to play, and of course he does. Then comes one of the parents of the children. Naruto notices it to be the same mother of the boy who had fallen and broken his arm. She seemed distraught. She comes to Naruto and asks him to follow her. She takes his hand and leads him to Konoha's hospital, where an old man lay dying. The doctors around have nothing that they can do to save his life and are telling his family that they should prepare to say goodbye. The woman pushes Naruto in and asks him to do to the old man the same that had been done to her son. Naruto nods and pushes his way through the doctors, who at first see and try to restrain him. However, the mother tells them to let him try. They all watch on with curiosity. Naruto sticks his hands out and grabs the old man's arm. There is a faint glow, and suddenly the color starts to come back to the man's face as his eyes open and he becomes conscious again. The doctors are astounded, wondering what the little boy could have done to make this man better. They monitor the man for a few days before releasing him. It's then that word starts to spread throughout the village that Naruto really can fix people. How he does so is a mystery. The village leaders begin to investigate as well, examining Naruto and finding the sun and moon symbols on his hands. They know that the sun and moon represent the yin and yang elements. Through the Hokage's help, they understand that Naruto is somehow using yin-yang release, a jutsu style that is generally impossible to learn, with the only instances of its use being in the Sharingan's use of the Izanagi, as well as what the Sage of Six Paths had done in the past. They begin to wonder if maybe the boy could be the reincarnation of the Sage of Six Paths. The entire village's perspective on Naruto changes and he becomes a bit of a hero and a celebrity, with each person favorably welcoming him to their shop as he walks in, offering him free food and toys and anything his heart is set on. Naruto feels an overwhelming feeling in his heart every time someone does such a thing for him, and upon realizing a free bowl of ramen for the first time from Teuchi, the owner of Ichiraku Ramen, Naruto actually begins to cry. Those nearby who have become hypersensitive to Naruto come to his side immediately and ask their little sage what's upsetting him. Of course, he isn't crying out of sadness, he's crying because he's happy. For the first time ever, he feels what love is like, and now he wonders how he survived so long without it. How could he live like he had, alone? He now knows that people love him, and he attributes this to his healing abilities. Naruto would enjoy his ramen and tell people he's crying because the food is so good. This makes everyone pleased, wanting to buy him extra bowls, as much as he can eat, and Teuchi is pleased that his ramen has made the boy happy. Naruto slowly sees what he enjoys in life and begins to develop a dream of his own. Time passes and Naruto continues to grow, becoming taller, happier. He struts down the street, waving to his neighbors who all wave back and bid him good morning. He makes his way to the academy where he is considered a stud by all the girls, who quickly get over his awkwardness and swoon at how shy and adorable he acts. And he does indeed act that way, even if he doesn't feel it entirely. After all, he is Naruto. He's boisterous, and he has been a star in the village for so long. But to a point, a part of his reaction to this is true, as he's never been crushed on by so many girls. He spends most of his time in school surrounded by them, his face red and constantly fighting a grin as he stares down at his paper. Of course, this causes him to start falling behind in studies. But you know our Konoha, and they aren't about to let their Sage of Six Paths struggle through anything if they can help it. Private tutors are sent to him, among which is Ebisu, who part-times as Naruto's private instructor when he isn't teaching Konohamaru. Naruto begins to catch up in the books. Despite Naruto being a star, he isn't overly proud of himself. I mean, he has become proud, yes, but he isn't always thinking about himself. Naruto's heart has been opened to warmth and kindness. He went so long without love that the first thing he wants to do is spread it, but secretly there is fear there. Naruto worries that if he ever loses his powers, would people still love him? Having experienced love for so long, Naruto hates the concept that he could ever go back to being hated. Through private tutoring, Naruto's grades begin to increase, and his repertoire of abilities increases as well, and he instantly passes the academy exam and ends up a full shinobi, starting at the lowest rank of Genin. Naruto would be assigned to the same team as Sakura Haruno, his own personal crush, and Sasuke Uchiha. The latter he's iffy about due to having never really gotten along with Sasuke, but deep down in Naruto, he has a desire to reach out and make a friend of him. Kakashi is their mentor. He comes in late, but late is better than never. He takes them all aside and asks them about their goals in life. Naruto himself has a simple dream. He tells Kakashi that all he wants for his future is to be useful and help people who need it. Kakashi smiles at the purity of the dream before telling Naruto that he might be in the wrong business. He takes the team out to perform the bell test where Naruto is certain he'll be able to beat Kakashi and take the bells. As soon as the test begins, multiple black orbs vibrate into existence behind him and his eyes take on the shape of plus marks and his power skyrockets. He rushes in after Kakashi, who is immediately put on the run, unsure how Naruto could just burst out with so much power so suddenly. He attempts to attack Naruto with ninjutsu, but one of the orbs near him takes the brunt of it, diffusing the jutsu entirely. What's more, Naruto's back now displays 9 Magatama designs, and what appears to be multiple circles sitting within each other, referencing the Rinnegan. A staff appears in Naruto's hand, which he uses in a sneaky fashion to claim the bells from Kakashi as he's too busy looking at the orbs. Naruto laughs as a jingling catches Kakashi's attention. Naruto, back in base form, is just standing there and laughing with excitement as the bells are now hanging from his waist instead. Kakashi scoffs and asks Naruto the question, which teammate will he save and which will he send back to the academy? Naruto's laugh goes away as he looks back at them. He looks at the bells and asks if it means that whoever is holding one of the bells by the end of it gets to pass, and Kakashi says yes. Naruto would walk over and give 1 bell to Sasuke and 1 bell to Sakura. Sasuke says nothing, but Sakura asks if he's sure, saying that Naruto did all the hard work. It should be one of them that goes back to the academy. Naruto just shakes his head and smiles, telling them that they're what matters most. There are plenty of ways that Naruto can help besides being a shinobi, and he doesn't want to step on Sasuke and Sakura's dreams for the sake of himself. Kakashi would walk up behind him and say that they will all be on his team. The team's willingness to sacrifice their dreams for each other is the purest kind of team bond there is, and the type that he's looking for. Still, Kakashi is befuddled by Naruto's pure ability to kick butt, as he has just overwhelmed an experienced Jonin and former Anbu captain with just raw strength. Team 7 proceeds to do small missions, which Naruto is pleased to do. He displays a great competency in the actions he takes, being willing to do anything to help others. But when the Land of Waves mission is up for grabs, Naruto jumps at the chance to see the outside world. Team 7 accepts the mission without knowing that Tazuna lied on the forum and is actually taking them on a mission closer to the rank of Chunin. They leave the village with Tazuna and don't go too far into their mission when they realize that bandits are the least of their worries, as trained ninja assassins are coming out of the woodwork looking to kill Tazuna. The Demon Brothers are among those who are here to kill Tazuna. Naruto, however, manages to protect his team by lobbing truth-seeking orbs at them. Once they're defeated, Naruto asks if everyone is okay, to which they respond they are. Impressed with his team's ability, Kakashi elects to move forward with his team, confident in their ability to survive despite Tazuna's lies. They would eventually encounter Zabuza Momochi, another rogue shinobi turned mercenary assassin. Kakashi engages with him in battle, and with the power of the Sharingan, Kakashi manages to freak Zabuza out, making him think that Kakashi can see the future. However, Zabuza instead snaps out of his terror of the Sharingan and manages to lock Kakashi in a water prison. Naruto would engage in battle with Zabuza, pushing him back with his pure ability, using ninjutsu, which Zabuza is surprised that a genin could know. In the end, he's forced to abandon his grip on the water prison, freeing Kakashi. It's then that Haku comes and strikes Zabuza with Senbon in an attempt to fake his death, something Kakashi sees through when Haku fails to follow SOP for rogue shinobi corpse disposal. However, Kakashi collapses due to having used too much of his chakra with his Sharingan. Naruto comes to his side and begins to heal him, and suddenly Kakashi feels his fatigue leave, and he feels as if his wounds have healed as well. He stands back up better than ever, and thanks to Naruto. They head to Tazuna's home, where Kakashi forces them to do some training, such as running up trees to help with their chakra control. However, Naruto aces this in his very first shot, and even runs back down the tree too, displaying his pure ability, something that Sasuke is growing tired of. They return to Tazuna's home, where they wait to complete their mission. Sasuke works hard trying to catch up, and instead it is he who oversleeps on the day that the mission is completed. Upon waking up, Sasuke would leave to join the others, managing to save Tsunami and Inari from the kidnapping as he does so. On the bridge, Naruto is waiting, but suddenly Haku and Zabuza show up to cause issues. Zabuza goes for a rematch with Kakashi as Naruto is pitted against Haku, who uses his demonic mirroring ice crystals technique to trap Naruto. Sasuke shows up, but he attempts to attack from the outside. Naruto would attempt to destroy the mirrors, but the moment he does, a new one appears. He manages to defend himself with the truth-seeking orbs as he activates Six Paths Sage Mode. Naruto thinks of a way out of this and then realizes that he's looking right at it. This technique is a jutsu, and truth-seeking orbs negate jutsu. He begins to send them out to the mirrors, destroying each and every one of them before they can regenerate, forcing Haku out. Not long thereafter, Haku sees Kakashi preparing to kill Zabuza and rushes out to save his master, taking the shot for himself. He falls to the ground, and Naruto rushes over as fast as he can as Kakashi and Zabuza continue their battle. Naruto begins working quickly to save Haku. Naruto is hoping that he isn't already dead. He manages to revive Haku quickly enough with his ability to heal, repairing his damaged heart and replenishing it with blood that was lost. Naruto would then force it to start beating again, causing Haku to awaken with confusion. Naruto sighs in relief and restrains Haku. Kakashi faces off against Zabuza, and in the end, Zabuza is too wounded to continue. Yet, putting the blade in his mouth, he attempts to attack Kakashi. Haku calls out for Zabuza to stop, telling him that he doesn't need to die. Zabuza stops for a moment and then tells Haku to be quiet. Naruto tells Zabuza that he doesn't need to die for this mission, and that he had something to live for. He has a true friend, and that's worth more than all the gold Gato is offering. Zabuza looks back at Haku, whose eyes are watery, fearful that his mentor will die. It's then that Zabuza finds he can't go on anymore. Kubikiri Bocho clatters to the ground as Zabuza apparently gives in. Kakashi lowers his stance. It's then that Gato makes his appearance, telling Zabuza that he and Haku are no longer of any use to him, and that they failed and will face punishment when it's over. Naruto states that it's already over for Gato. Gato would look back at his army and beg to differ. Naruto would stand and suddenly rush in to attack, disarming all of the men in Gato's party, causing them to panic at his power and then retreat. Gato would be stunned. He'd also run off, knowing that he is now unprotected. The villagers also rush through with their own weapons, led by Inari. It's then that they turn back to see that Haku and Zabuza have fled. Due to their astounding success and the fact that they believe Naruto to be the Sage of Six Paths reincarnation, they name the completed bridge the Sage's Bridge. Everything having been solved, the mission was dubbed a complete success, and Team 7 returns to the village. As they go about their regular duties, which seem boring by comparison, the team is informed by Kakashi that he's allowing them to take the Chunin exams if they so decide to. And of course, they do. As they go to sign up though, Rock Lee asks for a battle against Naruto, the Sage's reincarnation. Naruto agrees to it, and the moment Rock Lee begins to get serious and overwhelm Naruto, Naruto activates Six Path Sage Mode, which sets him above even the 8 Gates technique, meaning Rock Lee gets floored no matter what he uses. And while Might Guy would scold him for using that technique in a sparring match like that, it pushes Lee to become stronger than he is and train even harder. The team signs up for the test, and it begins. The first test is written, and while Naruto had plenty of teachers, it still doesn't give him confidence that he can answer these accurately. Not much changes here, as the true thing they need to deal with is the final question, which is said by the proctor to determine the course of their career if they take it. However, I don't think Naruto would care if he remains an eternal genin or not, and would likely take the test anyway. And simply by taking the question, he answers correctly and moves on. The second test is the Forest of Death, which sees Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura attempting to survive in the forest with their scroll while attempting to collect a scroll of a different color from an opposing team. During the course of this mission, they encounter Orochimaru, who attacks them. He manages to bite Sasuke and attempts to bite Naruto too, hoping to get both Uchiha DNA and the Sage of Six Paths reincarnation. However, he fails to bite Naruto and is pushed back by him. Sasuke falls unconscious and is brought to a safe location where Naruto would begin to try and heal him. He would check the wound on the back of the neck, assuming it was poison, only to find that it was a curse mark. Knowing that it can't be anything good, Naruto opts to remove the curse mark using his Creation of All Things technique to disperse the mark as well as the chakra that comes with it, and disperses it into the air as smoke. Sasuke would awaken moments later as Sakura hugs him. Sasuke asked what happened, and Naruto states that Orochimaru attempted to brand him with a curse mark, but that Naruto removed it. Sasuke would then offer him thanks, and Naruto would tell him that he's just glad that he's still alive. Naruto and the team would take a small break before moving on and collecting their scroll. They would make it to the center of the forest to the arena, where they'd be informed that they passed by Iruka-sensei. They would then prepare for the preliminaries of the third round. Sasuke, due to having had the curse mark removed already, manages to defeat his opponent with relative ease. Sakura still double KOs with Ino when Naruto flat out stomps Kiba. They are given a month to rest and train. Naruto is studying with Ebisu, but he eventually finds Jiraiya, who, after being impressed with his high-caliber transformation jutsu, decides to train him. Naruto spends time with Jiraiya, attempting to train under him. During this time, he tries to help him come into contact with Kurama and control it, which he manages to do rather quickly. And given his abilities as the Sage's successor, Kurama has no choice but to obey whatever Naruto says. Naruto masters the Nine Tails on the spot, achieving Kurama Chakra mode to mix with Six Path Sage mode. Jiraiya is stunned. He tries to teach him how to summon Gamabunta, and Naruto does it on the first try. He tries to teach him Rasengan, and Naruto manages a Big Ball Rasengan after watching it once. He even goes a step further to show off by mixing chakra natures with it, forming Rasen Shuriken, which won't harm his arm if he uses one of the Nine Tails chakra appendages. With nothing left to teach him, Jiraiya returns Naruto to the Leaf to rest. When time comes to return to the arena for the finals, Naruto is there. He's set up to fight against Neji Hyuga, however all bets are on Naruto, and Neji's really getting nervous, as he should. As soon as the battle starts, Naruto blitzes and it's all over. As for Sasuke versus Gaara, that turns out to be the same actually. When Kabuto casts his Genjutsu over the entire stadium, marking the start of Orochimaru's plan to crush Konoha, Naruto remains awake through the use of his truth-seeking orbs. He would rush after Gaara alongside Sasuke, and together the two of them would fight him. Gaara puts himself to sleep and allows Shukaku to run wild. Naruto responds by using his Six Paths Kunitsukami technique, forming a massive three-faced, six-armed Kurama avatar which makes beating Shukaku look like a kid kicking down a sandcastle. Naruto would find Gaara and would offer him some healing to bring him back to full strength. He realizes that Gaara rarely sleeps because if he does, Shukaku will come out. Naruto decides to help Gaara in that respect by strengthening and customizing his seal to give him greater control over his tailed beast with less risk, not too dissimilar from what Naruto uses. Gaara is confused. Naruto smiles at him kindly and tells him that he knows what it's like to live with a tailed beast, and tells him that when he gets back to Suna to sleep peacefully knowing that Shukaku can't escape again. Gaara is floored by Naruto's kindness, a smile that melts even the most icy of hearts. Naruto then steps out of the way and allows Temari and Kankuro to rescue their brother. He lets them escape. Returning to the village, they find that the plan to destroy Konoha has been foiled, but that the third Hokage is dead. After a time of mourning, in which Naruto comforts Konohamaru, the one he deemed his little brother, he would head off with Jiraiya on a special mission to find and recruit Tsunade to be their new Kage. Along the way, though, they're attacked by Itachi and Kisame. Not long after, Sasuke shows up and attempts to defeat Itachi, but is instead defeated and cast under the Tsukiyomi, forced to relive the deaths of his parents over and over again. Might Guy appears and drives the two Akatsuki members off. Naruto comes to Sasuke's side and awakens him using his Six Paths power. Sasuke seems upset and curses himself for being too weak to beat Itachi. Naruto looks at Sasuke and smiles. He tells him not to worry. If Sasuke is searching for justice against Itachi for destroying his clan, they would get it together. He tells Sasuke that this is what a team is for, so whenever one needs help, the others can pitch in. Naruto promises to help him. Guy then helps Sasuke back to Konoha with him. Naruto follows Jiraiya once more, and they find Tsunade, who refuses to return to Konoha. Jiraiya warns her against joining Orochimaru. She already knows what she's going to do though. The next day, she meets with Orochimaru and prepares to kill him. However, Orochimaru and Kabuto detect her treachery and a battle is launched in which Naruto and Jiraiya appear to help her. They manage to push back Orochimaru and Kabuto, who both flee when they get their rears stomped by Naruto. Tsunade is surprised by the sheer might of Naruto, and Jiraiya tells her that he believes that Naruto may be the child of prophecy. Tsunade then changes her mind and returns to Konoha, where she becomes the next Hokage. As Sasuke recovers in the hospital though, he's thinking deeply about what Itachi said, as well as what Naruto said when he's attacked by the Sound Four, who attempt to show Sasuke just how weak he really is. They tell him that Orochimaru can give him the power that he's searching for. They leave Sasuke alone with his thoughts, and as he sits there he weighs it out. Should he go to Orochimaru, or should he stay in Konoha with his friends? He hears Naruto say that this is what a team is for, so that whenever one needs help, the others can pitch in. And astoundingly, Sasuke decides to stay in Konoha. From that point on, there is a 2.5-year time skip. During that time, Naruto does not go off with Jiraiya, as he already knows pretty much everything that he could have taught him. Sasuke, on the other hand, has one heck of a time training with Kakashi, Naruto, and Sakura. Sakura studies to become a medical nin under Tsunade. Word then comes down that Gaara has been kidnapped, and Team Kakashi as well as Team Guy are sent to save him. Naruto would manage to heal Kankuro of the poison, and Kankuro tells them where to find Gaara. They go off to find him and are stopped by the Itachi and Kisame clones, though Naruto obliterates them in almost no time flat. Naruto and the others would then go to where Kankuro told them and find the Akatsuki's hideout. They bring the barrier down awfully fast and get in and manage to stop Sasori and Deidara from taking Shukaku. Naruto manages to beat and kill both Deidara and Sasori while saving Gaara. Before Sasori's death, however, Sasori tells them about the secret meeting he had planned to meet with a spy in Orochimaru's ranks. This causes Sasuke to cringe, as Orochimaru had targeted him in the past. The mission is considered a success, and so after a quick celebration with Gaara and his family at the Kazekage residence, they return home to Konoha. They inform Tsunade of the meeting, and so she sends Team 7 to deal with it, feeling that they're the best equipped to deal with the situation. Kakashi takes the lead due to never having had to use his Mangekyo Sharingan, meaning no hospital time. They're sent to the Tenchi Bridge, where they're faced with Kabuto, who is revealed to have been a spy. As it turns out, it was a double crossing, as Kabuto planned to help Orochimaru kill Sasori. Kakashi barely escapes death, and Naruto, seeing his target, rushes out to attack. Naruto trades blows with Orochimaru, and at first it seems like he's pushing Orochimaru back, but suddenly Orochimaru paralyzes Naruto and assumes his true form. He planned to take Naruto's body for himself, naming himself Orochimaru, the new Sage of Six Paths. However, before he can, Sasuke cuts him down and frees Naruto before also finishing off Kabuto. The mission is reported as a success and the team returns to Konoha triumphantly. But peace times don't last long, as Tsunade then forms the team to hunt down the Akatsuki. Naruto joins in, and he goes into the field where he helps defeat Hidan and Kakazu before they kill Asuma. It's around this time that Sasuke gets a message by Crow demanding that he meet up with Itachi. Naruto would go along with him as promised, and the two set out to find Sasuke's brother. When they get there, Sasuke stops and looks at Naruto and tells him that he should stay there while he and Itachi fight. Naruto asks if he can actually defeat Itachi, and Sasuke mentions that he doesn't know, but that it is his responsibility. So he goes in alone after Itachi. Meanwhile, Kisame is watching on and discovers that Naruto is here. He goes down immediately after Sasuke leaves, ambushing Naruto and attempting to kill him and steal the Nine Tails. He knew that he was only supposed to engage if Sasuke's party tried to interfere, but he couldn't let this chance get away. Naruto ends up bitten by Kisame's blade, Samehada, which begins to devour his chakra. However, before it can drain him completely, he powers up, grabs the blade, and lifts Kisame up, smashing him into the ground. Naruto would sit there and await Kisame's next attack. Kisame would smile, wiping the blood from his lip, and say that even Naruto won't be able to escape this. He casts a massive water prison jutsu in which he transforms into a shark and attempts to tear Naruto apart. However, he underestimates Naruto, and Naruto kills him. Inside, Sasuke and Itachi engage in battle, however Naruto's words quickly prove to be correct. Itachi overwhelms him. Sasuke launches his greatest attack, but it proves to be of little to no effect on Itachi, who has protected himself with Susanoo. Itachi would realize he went too hard and then stops. Knowing the end of his life is drawing near, he confesses to Sasuke the truth, hoping that perhaps his conscience will be clear. He tells Sasuke how he was commanded to kill the Uchiha clan on the orders of the Leaf. This angers Sasuke, but Itachi further explains why, how the Uchiha were planning to overthrow Konoha, and how that would have led to a new world war which they had only recently come out of. He tells Sasuke everything, hoping that Sasuke will choose the right path and not the path of vengeance. Elsewhere, Naruto has beaten Kisame and looks over his body. Naruto laments that it had to come to this, but also notes that he'll do what's necessary to protect the Leaf. It's then that Sasuke comes stumbling out with a bleeding Itachi who's near death. He begs for Naruto's help. Naruto comes over and asks why he wants to save Itachi, and Sasuke says that he's made a big mistake. Naruto goes into the process of it and discovers that he is terminally ill. He then uses his yin-yang release creation of all things technique to cure and heal Itachi, who they bring back with them to Konoha. They inform Tsunade of what happened, and she looks into it and finds the truth about everything that did happen, from Shisui to the Uchiha clan. She puts Danzo under arrest for genocide, and Itachi is welcomed home with open arms. Elsewhere, Samehada is all by itself, attempting to escape, suddenly transforming into Kisame, showing that he was not dead. It's during this time that Naruto's informed of Jiraiya's death. Pain isn't done yet. Pain comes to Konoha to take the Nine Tails from Naruto, believing that since both Naruto and Nagato possess Six Paths powers, and were both erroneously called the reincarnation of the Sage of Six Paths, that they're somehow equal. They are not, and Naruto decimates Pain before he can do anything. Nagato is killed, and once more Naruto is celebrated as a hero. Tsunade then calls for a meeting of the Five Kage, which is crashed by Tobi, who demands the remaining tailed beast. Upon being denied, he initiates the Fourth Shinobi World War. Tsunade returns to Konoha and attempts to send Naruto away. However, as soon as the war starts, Naruto senses it and is on his way back, leaving the ship right then and there. He catches up with Tsunade, who scolds him for disobeying orders, but he promises that he can help, and so she gives in and lets him fight. Now, there's a big thing to note here. There are no Edo Tensei since both Kabuto and Orochimaru are dead. There are only Zetsu, and even if they try to infiltrate the allied shinobi forces, Naruto can sense them. This also means that Obito never revives Madara. Together with the allied shinobi forces, and with the help of Kakashi's Mangekyo Sharingan, they manage to push Obito back. Suddenly, Kisame shows up with the Samehada and gives it to Obito. Kisame claims that he was able to get both chakra from the Nine Tails in his previous confrontation with Naruto, as well as some from the Eight Tails in a confrontation with Killer Bee and the Raikage. He tells Obito that it isn't much, but it should be enough to start the Ten Tails up. Obito gives the chakra to the Geto statue, which awakens as the Ten Tails. He then absorbs it into his body and becomes the Ten Tails Jinchuriki. Obito nearly loses control for a while, but regains it. He then engages in battle with the allied shinobi forces. Then, with the help of all of the allied shinobi forces, he manages to take the Ten Tails from him. Within Obito's mindscape, Naruto speaks with Obito and reminds him of who he was and what he wanted. This wakes Obito up to the path of righteousness. Obito laments that he has to die without fulfilling his dreams due to the loss of the Ten Tails. Naruto, however, despite Obito's role in the deaths of his parents, uses his abilities to heal Obito and keep him from dying. Obito would sadly be imprisoned in Konoha after this, but I mean, what do you expect? He's an international terrorist who's killed a lot of people. Time would pass, and eventually Tsunade would pass along the role of Hokage to the next generation, and in doing so, she chooses Naruto. But not before Toneri threatens the Earth with the moon. However, Naruto and Sasuke manage to defeat Toneri and turn him away from his misguided path. Naruto would marry Hinata and Sasuke would marry Sakura, and thus the next generation is born. Momoshiki would attack and kidnap Naruto, but Sasuke and Boruto, along with the rest of the Kage's help, free him and together bring down Momoshiki. Next big thing to happen after that for Naruto personally would be his battle with Ishiki. Now, in the main timeline, he used Baryon mode. However, he doesn't need to do this here, as due to the fact that Kaguya never appeared, Naruto and Sasuke are free to use Six Paths Chibaku Tensei, which they do to seal up Ishiki and send him away into the depths of space. And that is what I think would happen. Every so often you come across a scenario that doesn't end with everyone's deaths, and actually manages to save more people and make an even better ending. And this is one of those times. But what do you think about it? Leave a comment below and tell us. I would love to know.
Did you enjoy our video? Well, then be sure to check out these other great videos from the Amagi, and make sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.